Testing. Mute that. Las Vegas Gamblers and the Oakland Ocean. Do have some food here, so I'm going to be eating during this game. Some chicken. So you're going to hear that. And it just happens that my dinner happens to be at the same time as these games, so. Casino Grounds is where they're gonna be. What's that? Yeah, we're gonna be overcast. We'll have an intro with you at some point. Welcome to Casino Grounds, home of the Las Vegas Gamblers, as they're going to be hosting the Oakland Ocean, about on the Western Conference. The Oakland Ocean. We're going to see how this one goes. Gamblers and the Ocean. First pitch is next. Stick around. So taking the mound for the Las Vegas Gamblers is Frankie Montas. The game started last season in Major League Baseball. We're going to see how his start today will be. And the leadoff hitter for the Oakland Ocean is Jacob Young. And we've got baseball back in Oakland in the National Baseball League. First pitch is a sinker. Lower inside corner, and we're underway. So, baseball is back in Oakland. It'll be a bunt. This is the final of this 3-game series, and there's out number 1. There's your lineup. We got Randy Arozarena on this Oakland team. Here's Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. Had a really good series, 417 batting average. And there's strike 1 on a sinker. I mean, the fastball at the knees. Really good angle on that fastball. And ball 1. Kiner-Falefa. He held back there, which not every batter is good at. And then he'll take one on the upper inside corner, 1-2. Really good location fastball is the upper inside corner, because it's hard to hit. Swing and a miss, and he strikes out. Swinging. First strikeout for Frankie Montas. And here's Brent Rooker. So Brent Rooker won't get out of... He's right back in Oakland. And he'll tap one foul for the Ocean. So the Gamblers here. There's one popped in the right field, and that retires the side. So we head to the bottom of the first. No hits for the Ocean after 1. So Anthony, that guy, That name, I'm not gonna get Desclafani. There you go, Anthony Desclafani taking the mound for the Oakland Ocean. Pitching in for last season. No, that was 2023, excuse me. He didn't play last year. And Jared Ring to lead off for the Las Vegas Gamblers. And they'll start with a leadoff base hit on his first pitch into center field, and Jared Ring aboard for the Gamblers. Drive on Kim up, takes strike one. Shortstop for the Gamblers here.
Safe, he's
in. Well, in Vegas, one thing with Vegas is everything stays in Vegas. Well, everything that happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. That's like the whole saying. And I want to see, for the Gamblers, will that be true? Is like if, when they play bad, are they only going to be bad at home? That'd be funny if it does. That's what happens. But then you can say everything. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. The Gambler's name, it's pretty obvious why, because that's what Vegas is known for, is their gambling. 1-2 to Hyesung Kim. The pitch. Swing! There's one to deep left field. Back she goes. Goodbye, home run. Bring it down a bit. So, a 2-run blast in the first inning for the Gamblers. Well, how about that? To start the ball game in the first inning. I don't believe there's anybody out either. Jared Arang gets on base on his first pitch. Then Hyesung Kim with a 2-run bomb to left. 415 feet for Hyesung Kim. William Contreras. 0-1 the count here, so what a start for Vegas. Been a bit of a back. As decided to tap foul. .294 batting average for William Contreras. MLB playing for the Brewers, and oh, that one, he can't get it. And Contreras is aboard, and there's still nobody out. Here's Brandon Lau. Died in the air. Almost right on home plate, right in front of it. And there's a catch for out number 1. So there's the Gamblers lineup. Here's Alejandro Abreu. Bottom of the first. And they'll tap that one just foul. 3 for 10, so he has a run to batting average. Not necessarily bad, but it's an E-King. We'll see how it goes for Alejandro Abreu. The 0-2. We're going to be lined to third. 2 down. Here's Bowman. Gambler's center fielder to the plate. You know,
Ball, that's inside.
looks like a sinker for ball one. That's inside. 2 for 4 yesterday for Vegas.
That's ball 2.
2-0 to Bowman here. Now Anthony, he's got Desclafani. He's got to be careful not to just throw on the edge, because if you pitch on the edge of the zone all the time or in the corners, you're gonna walk a lot of batters. Got a piece of that sinker. Keeps him alive in the count. Now he's Glenn got a piece of that one right towards second. And the easy throw to first is in time to end the first. Hyesung Kim with a 2-run blast to start the ball game for the Gamblers. So here's Julio Perez.
Ball. Counts 1-0.
I'm surprised I didn't at least look at that. Okay. Hit that. I think he hit that like right closer toward the handle. Probably why that turned foul. It's a baseball thing. When you hitting, you want to hit in what they call the sweet spot. Because if you don't, here's the 1-2. In center field, pretty high, not deep. Fielder on it, able to make the catch. The infielder. 2 down, moves the shortstop. The Hyesung Kim, yeah, it is. Here's Carlos Correa. A sinker, and it's strike 1. Sorry that I'm eating. So yeah, you're gonna hear crunches. Not to be ASMR or anything, but yeah, that's what it's gonna sound like.
1-1.
At least partially. The 1-1 pitch. Oh, got a piece of that, and then it's gonna be line for a grounder for a base hit. And Correa's aboard for Oakland. You can get a good look at the stadium. I think there would be more people for a series like this, but here we are.
Ball 1.
The half empty. So Frankie Montes having a pretty good start. The Gamblers. I think that he's got a couple base hits, but we'll see. He does. So Eric Kramer fouls off the four-seamer at 96, 1-2. Love the ocean jerseys, by the way. Though, love the blue and the white, and then a little bit of black in there. Swing and a miss on a four-seamer, and that's out number 2. Second strikeout for Frankie Montes. And Chase Ramos to the plate.
0-1's the count.
Or as they call me Ocean, just because it sounds.
Got it.
There's a run of the bag, and that's out number 3. We head to the bottom of the second. Here's Jesus Sanchez. A weak rounder for out number 1, just one pitch. And here's David Fry. And Guardians fans will know him.
Ball, that's out.
Four-seamer for ball 1 there. It's a hitter because you don't want him to get into like a grounder that just got a piece of it. And it's a round out for out number 2 because if you throw David Fry the wrong pitch, he will absolutely cork it. He is a clutch hitter and like usually later in the ball game. Here's Michael Conforto, the DH.
Ball 1.
Ball 1 to Conforto.
Aye.
Swung and a miss on a circle changeup.
Ball,
He
1
swung
strike.
and then anticipated the drop.
Ball 2.
When sometimes you either underestimate the drop of the pitch or you overestimate it and you swing way too low.
3 balls, 1 strike.
3-1 to Conforto. If Conforto gets on base, Jaron Duran's on deck. So he's next. Remember on his first pitch to start the ball game, since he was the first pitch of the game, got to center field. This one outscored left field, not deep enough. There's the catch, and we head to the 3rd inning. 2-0 Gamblers after 2. Rosarena is next for the Ocean. So, Grizzlies win extra innings versus the Houston Cosmos did in that series. Victor Obles collects 5 RBIs against a win over the Albuquerque Aliens. And Josh Richards has a good debut against the Rails. 3 in 1 innings, 5 runs. Okay, give up 5 runs, but he did get not necessarily great, not necessarily terrible. Well, actually, yeah, that's not great. 5 runs and you only get 5 Ks. That case isn't terrible, but definitely more strikeouts the better. 0-2 to Randy Rosarena. Fans on their feet. Rosarena's a dangerous hitter. 0-2. 4-seamer high. Way high. That fastball, just the angle of it. If you angle it too high, most batters won't chase it. If you want them to chase, just barely above the zone. That's how you get them to chase it. Two and 2 the count. Swing and a miss. They got him. 3rd K for Frankie Montes. Right under it. So Zach Steele off to the plate. So the weird thing about this matchup is Oakland's had one of the longest, a really long history with baseball. Well, like 40, like almost 50 years. Vegas has only talks of baseball that might happen in a few years. because Vegas doesn't really have much of a history with sports, period. And the only real history they got is the Golden Knights. They've been a ridiculous success story. Stanley Cup final in their first year, and then they won 2 years ago. I watched that Stanley Cup final. It was a great one, by the way. Fouled off. 3-2. The count pulled a gel off.
That's ball 4. Take your base.
And a walk for ball 4.
The back, the center fielder, Jacob Young.
So Jacob Young to the plate. Swung and a miss. 0-1 the count. One thing Frankie Miles got to do is he does got to keep kind of Oakland on their heels by he needs to deliver. You just got to be careful. Like, be careful, especially with like pitches, like just generally baseball. When you have a lead, you have to protect it, and if you're the pitcher, you need to be careful with the pitches you throw to protect that lead. Swing, and we grounder to short, run to the bag. It's in. Simon beat it. They beat him, and that's 2 out. So he's out at second. Young is to first safely. Here's the DH, Isaiah Kiner for Leffa once again. Oh, for 1 today. Just second in the lineup. And just got a piece of that off the end of his bat. 0-1. Vegas' colors gray and gold.
No ball, 2 strikes.
Which is kind of, yeah, they are kind of, it is kind of Golden Knights inspired, but
1 ball.
we try basically lean heavily into the gambling aspect, which the Golden Knights don't at all. The 1-2. Again, off the end of his bat there, as you can see. Another 1-2. Broken bat. At first, a running catch for the first baseman for Vegas. And we head to the bottom of the 3rd. Here's Jaron Duran. So this is obviously the Red Sox, but it's the hitter.
Ball, that's just out.
If I'm what's his name? If I'm Deslafani, this is the hitter I'd be worried about. I mean, if I were him, I wouldn't do what he just did, because you do a fastball right down the middle to the top guy in the lineup. Yeah, he's gonna hit it. And he does! A base hit into left center. And Duran's 2 for 2 in the ballgame today. Jacob Young injured. Trying to fight through it, but Jacob Young is gonna be removed from the game. He's out. So Austin Hayes is gonna take center. Duran, he's gonna go to second. He made it. A stolen base for Jaron Duran. Get a piece of that foul ball. Into left center field, a base hit. Duran around in third. Here is the throw. He scores! 3-0 Gamblers. So an RBI single for Haesung Kim. I tell you, these two are the most dangerous in the lineup. And I've been proven right. These are the guys you gotta worry about. Contreras, possibly too. With this lineup, I wouldn't be surprised if they lead their division this year. I wouldn't be surprised if they lead the division. Because this team, I know it's the first week of the season, but this Vegas team is stacked.
No, he's safe.
But they're stacked with talent. Owen to Contreras. Gonna be line caught. 2 outs. 2 outs on that play. And here's Brandon Lau. Line to left. The running catch, and they're able to get it to end the inning. I sunk in with an RBI single to bring in Jared Duran. And we head to the fourth.
When I come out, they run out. I'll be working that stage till the sun out. Your boy cooked them blown up.
Leading off for the A's, the right fielder, Brent Rooker.
So for the Oakland Ocean, here's Brent Rooker.
Nope, that's a ball.
Take a cutter for ball 1. He is the Oakland boy. Oakland A plays for the Athletics, who just left Oakland. In the National Baseball, he's on the Oakland Ocean. So can't get out of Oakland. And the 1-1. Fine, it's 2-1. Gonna be line. Second, throw to first, and Rooker is retired. There's 1 down. So Julio Perez to the plate for Oakland. Popped out his first at bat. And Oakland, they're in a 3-0 deficit, so they need a bit of offense. You know, the way Frank Montes has been pitching, they gotta get creative here. You just gotta put into the bat there. What I'm noticing he's getting them to do, he's getting them to just like hit a ball that's sometimes in the strike zone or striker ball, both. Get them just to hit it, but it's in the wrong spot and it's gonna be foul. Before there's 2 strikes. And that's what's that? Slider 2-2. That one franked, foul. Well struck though. Another 2-2 to Julio Perez. Springer got a piece of it. Try to stay alive in the count. Another 2-2. That one's popped behind home plate. And that's out number 2.
Now batting, the shortstop, Carlos Correa.
Here's Carlos Correa. Top of the 4th inning.
That's outside.
There's a ball outside. 1-0. that one's gonna be fouled off. Even the count a ball and a strike.
2 balls, 1 strike.
No, that must have missed it his cutter, because that looked more like a fastball, and also that was way below the knee. That was almost in the dirt. Another 2-2 to Correa. It's been a long at bat. And another foul ball. I tell you, this has been a long at bat. He's doing a good job fighting foul balls here. We're just trying to get away for that perfect pitch. Might never come, but he's doing his best. And to center field. This one going back. Track wall. That one's gonna bounce off the brick wall. And that'll be a double for Carlos Correa with 2 down here in the 4th. And finally, just even a spark of offense for the Oakland Ocean. Right down the middle. And off the wall. Fantastic hit there for Correa. And done an extra base hit there. Here's Eric Kramer to the plate. He struck out his first at bat for Oakland. That one's into center field. Right at the center fielder, and that's out number 3. So we head to the bottom of the 4th. A double for Correa, but it goes nowhere. 3-0 Gamblers. Here's Alejandro Abreu. So for the Gamblers,
Ball, that's inside.
I mean, they're in a good position. They just adding on to the lead is only going to help them. Grounded to second in the 3rd at bat, and that'll be out number 1. Here's Liam Bowman for Las Vegas. Grounded out his first at bat. We love to see something from him. He's playing center field. He made the catch to end that inning. Thinking for strike 1.
Ball 1. I got 1 ball, 1 strike.
A low sinker there. The 1-1. Swing, that'll be a base hit. That one's into left center field. This one should go all the way to the wall. And it will. That will be a double for Liam Bowman. So he's aboard for the Gamblers. Not necessarily a perfect hit, but that's just a case of nobody being there to get to it. Allowed that to go all the way to the wall, and you got a double out of it. Here's Jesus Sanchez. Swinging the rounder for first. Wow. It's in time while Bowman advances to 3rd. Now he's in scoring position. And here's David Fry, probably coming up with the best time for Las Vegas, because a base hit, and he'll bring a run home for the Gamblers. Two warming up in the Oakland Ocean bullpen. So, Oakland.
0-2.
Oakland, they've basically just been sitting idly by in this game, watching the Gamblers take the lead. That one. Oh, we got a base hit out of that. That will score a run as Bowman comes home. And it'll be A David Fry RBI single. And here's Michael Conforto. I think they're going to be tap foul for strike one. And the one that'll be ground to the third. And the third is second, and David Fry is out. And that retires the side. And David Fry with the RBI single to bring Liam Bowman home. And it's 4-0 Gamblers.
Leading off for the Wave, the third baseman, Chase Randall.
And here's Chase Randall for the Ocean. Over one today. Didn't get fooled by that fastball. Shows discipline there. And the center field, not deep. This one going back pretty high, but not deep enough. And there's that number one. And Bowman there to make the catch. Here's Randy Arozarena. He plays left field for Oakland. Obviously the Mariner and the former Tampa Bay Ray. He was great for Tampa. They loved him down there. I assume they love him in Seattle too. For the National Baseball League, he's in Oakland, California. Here's an 0-1 pitch. Not greatly hit, but very high, not deep. And there's Jen Rand to make the catch for out number 2.
The batter number 22, second baseman, Zach Yellow.
Here's Zach Geloff. Oakland Ocean second baseman. Top of the 5th. Oh, got a piece of that. Force him. He should have took that pitch. Another one from Montes' 65th pitch. No one, I can understand that. That would have been a strike anyway, so it's 0-2 to Geloff now. Could have been 1-1. And the 0-2. A splitter at the knees. Stays alive in the count as he fouls it off. Oakland down by 4 runs here in the 5th. And he got a piece of that cutter. At the corner. He does seem a bit aggressive in his hitting, as in he doesn't like taking pitches. Foul that, forced him off too. He's doing a good job staying alive in the count though. Fouls off a splitter. He's forced along at bat. Frankie Montes already at his 70th pitch. There it is. Swing! He swung pretty well. Back she goes. And goodbye, home run. Solo blast for Geloff. And he gets the Oakland Ocean on the board here in the top of the 5th inning. Been a tough night for Oakland. Finally, they break through. And the shutout bid for the Gamblers is gone. I mean, I tell you, he fought off that count really well and waited for that, and then that perfect pitch came, hits it right in the sweet spot of the bat, and this thing, yeah, it's gone. It is a no-doubter. Here's Austin Hayes. So Oakland's now on the board. They're still down by 3. Here's Austin Hayes, who is a pinch fielder and hitter for Jacob Young. He's taken over the position since Jacob Young got out of the game. Counter, and that should do it. So the first is in time, and that ends the 5th. Zach Geloff with a homer to left. Gets the Ocean on the board.
Leading off for the Gamblers.
And Jaren Duran coming to the plate for Las Vegas. Bottom of the 5th inning.
Hey,
Yeah, solid sinker for strike one from Lafani. Another base hit into some nice running catch. I thought that was going to drop for a base hit. No, it didn't. That's the first time Duran hasn't got a hit today. Makes him 2 for 3. Here's Hyslop Kim, also 2 for 2.
nope. Ball one.
With a home run and an RBI single. The 1-out.
Hey,
Solid. Now there's Lafani. Now he's starting to throw absolute heaters.
ball. That's out.
Only thing is, yeah, that slider is just a little too much. Starting to throw some nasty pitches. 2-1. Fancy 12 o'clock curve, and it's 2-2. I mean, he isn't necessarily the speed, but
We got full
he is
count.
a wild, but not necessarily wiffle ball, but something of that nature. That'll be a rounder to short. Got a first is in time. That's out number 2
Now batting.
for the Ocean. There's William Contreras. The top 3 batters in this lineup are the worst, and everything else after that is just built around those 3. And
Yeah.
there's strike 1 to Contreras.
Ball.
Slider 1-1 the count. The thing is, he was throwing some good pitches early, just moments ago.
Ball two.
Now, 2-1. Now it seems as if he's struggling against Contreras to get strikes. The 2-1.
Ball.
Sinker in the dirt. He can't get in the zone. His pitches are a bit too low, so Brandon Lau's on deck. In case he walks Contreras, he might hear. The 3-1. 3-2 the count. Somehow that's a full count. That looked like ball 4. Now the count's full to Contreras and the pitch. Got a piece of that one, but it's going to turn foul and go into that corner over there. Pretty open, has some concession stands. You want to go down there and get yourself a hot dog. Baseball hot dogs are good. They're just classic. Has lined the base hit to left. And Contreras keeps the 5th inning going for the Gamblers.
Now batting. Second baseman. Brandon.
So here's Brandon Lau. Not exactly a good start to this year for Vegas, but so that's gonna be line. That'll be another base hit, and there's 2 on. So back-to-back base hits for the Gamblers here in the bottom of the 5th with 2 outs. And yeah, they're gonna pull to Lafani. It's understandable after that. Surprised they kept him until they need to pull him after the 4th. Surprised he didn't start the 5th. He hasn't had a great day. Coming in is Gabe Spire. Yeah, that's what I say. Gabe Spire. He's already played in 2 games. 0-for-1 record. Perfect ERA. 500 against lefties. So, not really much to go on besides he has a perfect ERA so far. He hasn't really played him much though, so that's the thing with when you early in the season. This goes for all sports. The stats are always going to be weird because you're either like really terrible or you're really good just by your stats. Popped up. Shallow center field. And as he catched it in the 5th inning. We get to the top of the sixth. 4-1, Gamblers. And that's starting pitchers today. Yeah. Vishwani on a great day. Frankie Montes has had a good day on the mound. Not a single strikeout for Deshwafani. And here's Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. And Montes still out there on the top of the sixth. There's a fly ball into left field. Back it goes. Goodbye, home run. Kiner-Falefa with a solo leadoff home run. And it's 4-2. So maybe the Ocean are building something here. 2 homers in left. Given up by Frankie Montes. Now, if they pull him, I wouldn't blame them. I wouldn't blame the coach. Right into left field. No doubter. Just enough to stay fair. Yeah, they're gonna pull him. So Frankie Montes done for the day, most likely. After giving up two blasts, solo home runs. So the Gamblers still in the lead, but now it's been cut to 2. And coming is to the mound is Justin Slayton. He's already come in 3 games. 18.8% strikeout rate. So he's pitched 4 for 1 innings so far. So a good amount for just the first series. This will wrap up the series. And just check that. Have it on my YouTube. If I won the cutter. And the 2 warming up in the Gambler bullpen. One and 2 to Brent Rooker. Actually, no, this is the start of a series, so excuse me. This is the start of a series. First of a 3-game series, because... And there's strike 3! And here's Julio Perez. Top of the 6th, and there's 1 out. 4-2 Gamblers.
0-1.
Yeah. Nice cutter in the lower inside corner, 0-2. The 0-2 pitch. Swung and a missed on a wild pitch. And there's the throw is just in time. And there's 2 outs here on the top of the 6th. And Carlos Correa is coming to the plate for Oakland. Solid cutter at 92. That very fast cutter for Justin Slayton. And the movement with the cutter was good too. And the 0-1.
Ball, that's outside.
Same pitch, just up in the zone instead. For ball 1, they're going to count 188 career homers for Correa. So they're going to be lined into the gap for a base hit, and that keeps the inning going for the Ocean.
Now batter, the catcher, Eric Kramer.
So Eric Kramer coming to the plate for the Oakland Ocean. There's 1 on, 2 out in the top of the 6th inning. And a foul cutter. He's the Oakland catcher. Hasn't got a single hit today. This might be his first game. He has no batting average at all. Another 0-2 from Slayton. Doing a good job fighting off the count here, trying to stay alive. Slayton trying to get the strikeout. Another foul ball down the right field line. He's making Slayton work for that third out. The 0-2. Slayton, he struck out a wild pitch, and that will end the inning finally. Long at bat, but Isaiah Kiner-Falefa with a 2-run blast, with a solo blast, and it's 4-2. So, Liam Bowman did lead it off. He had a double earlier, and he did score a run. Bottom of the 6th inning, 4-2 Gamblers. Some runs went up. So Bickford and Karinchak warming up in the Oakland Ocean bullpen. Bowman's at the plate. James Fire. Oh, pretty well hit out towards left center field. This one going back. Track. Well, that one's going to drop on the track and bounce off the wall. And it's going to be an automatic ground rule double. I thought that thing was going to be gone at first. It might have bounced off the concrete there of where the seats are. So leadoff ground rule double for Liam Bowman. His second double today. As there's strike one to Jesus Sanchez, the right fielder. I do love the Gamblers LV. I just love it because it's so simple. So then that one's lined into center field, a base hit. Bowman around third. He's going to try and score. Here is the throw. And that one's late. 5-2 for the Las Vegas Gamblers. An RBI single for Jesus Sanchez. And the Gamblers have a 3-run lead for the second time today. And David Fry to the plate. And nobody out. Seems like bad news for Oakland. Trying to see if I already forgot who. This is a fly ball. Shot up the field, pretty well hit, but not far enough. The catch and the throw. It's on our first. Jesus Sanchez, that's who it is. I'm still gonna double check that. Yes, he's just double checking. It's Jesus Sanchez. And here's Michael Conforto. Last in the batting order. Just get that one off. That's strike one. His 10-year MLB career with St. Louis and 2 other teams that I don't remember. Obviously, those are wrong since it's in this league. One W lined to left. A nice running catch and a throw to keep Sanchez on first, which is successful. 2 down here in the bottom of the 6th. Beautiful night in Vegas. There's Jaron Durant. 2 for 3 today. He's had a fantastic day. And continuing that, he's 2 for 3, looking to be 3 for 4. He'll be lined, and then there'll be a base hit. And there's 2 on. Oh, is he going to go for third? The throw, way late. And Sanchez was in scoring position. Did not expect that. And here's Hyson Kim. They had a 2-run blast in the first, and now there's 2 on. They might be able to hit home in here. Remember that one. I'll be surprised if he can repeat it. On that home run, he didn't even get a good hit off the bat. That was off the end of the bat, which usually is what produces foul balls. So, and he still hit a home run. Here's in the corner. It's still out. I sunk him to the plate. Again, this is really bad news for Oakland. This is really bad news for them. 5-2 Vegas.
Ball 2.
2-0 to Hyesung Kim. They're chanting his name here at Casino Grounds. The 2-0. And the pitch.
Ball inside.
Ball 3. Contreras on deck. And if Hyesung Kim walks, they'll load the bases.
Take your base.
Ball 4. Hyesung Kim will walk and the bases are loaded.
Now batting, catcher,
William Contreras to the plate. With the bases loaded, 2 out, bottom of the 6th. And that's gonna turn foul into that like area which seems to be empty today. It seems to be empty. Maybe they're not open for fire. I don't know. Got one. Going to be lined up base hit. No, it won't be. It caught by the shortstop. I genuinely thought that was going to be a base hit. Just a bit. So that ends the 6th. The Ocean get out of a bases loaded 2 out jam. Get to the 7th. And Joe Phelps going to come in for the Gamblers here. Already played in 2 games so far. As a reliever. Here's Chase Randall. Swing. Oh, this thing is perfectly hit. That is absolutely crushed. There it goes. Goodbye. Home run. Perfect hit for Chase Randall. It's a 1-run game. His first career home run in the National Baseball League. First career home run in a major league level of baseball as well. And it's a 2-run game. Perfect hit. Absolutely perfect. Towards the glove in left center field. And this fan base is not happy. What is wrong with the dugout? Is it a mistake? If I get a camera, what is wrong with that dugout? Is that a mistake? Here's Randy Arozarena. No 1 count.
Ball 1.
It's ball 1.
1-1.
The dugouts are screwed up. At least the road dugout's screwed up. I don't know if that's same for the Gamblers dugout. 1-1. Well, I can't fix it now, so they're. So you can go and change it inside franchise mode. You'd be able to do that, but whatever. Found. Oh, he's gonna try and run for it. Is he gonna get there? Yes. Jander ran well, and that's 1 out. And here comes Zach Chapman, who he does have one of the solo home runs. I think it was the second one, because that's been all Oakland's the way that the Ocean are getting the runs. They're getting them from home runs, almost like the New York Yankees. Kind of feels similar to the Yankees in that way. That's because it's based on this game. It seems like this team is built on home runs, not a grounder towards short. There is the throw. It's in time, and that's out number 2. The Gamblers just with a 2-run lead once again. And here's Austin Hayes. I know with the Reds he's done stuff, but Can he get a hit for the Ocean? Probably gonna be a home run if he does.
0-1.
Flyer, that's called strike one at the belt. That looked like a ball to me.
Ball 1.
And that's definitely a ball one even the count. That strike zone incorrect.
Hey, 2.
Swing and a miss on the slider, and it's 1-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Ball and 2 strikes the count to Austin Hayes, to Joe Phelps. And then they gave up a homer. Runner towards third, and they throw it back. And that will in the inning. We head to the bottom of the second. Chase Randall with a solo blast. His first home run at a major league level of baseball. And it's 5-3. Phil Bickford to take the mound for the Oakland Ocean. Bickford, not Bickford. Phil Bickford. He already played in 2 games. He's coming in here in the bottom of the 7th. His first batter. His first batter will be Brandon Lau. Five runs for the Gamblers. Weimer thanks to the help of Liam Bowman. 1-0 count.
Ball 2.
Four-seamer 2-0 the count. That one's in to right field. 2-1 to Brandon Lau. Do have the almost gold. It's not as bad as like the Golden Knights, but you know, the sparkly jerseys. It's not like that for the Gamblers. Just like just a more like simple gold, not necessarily flashy, not blingy or anything. It's just fancy. It's like an elegant look to it. That's towards second long throw to first, and there's out number 1. And Brandon Lau is retired. There's Alejandro Abreu. I was thinking the other Abreu. I believe he's real. I feel like that's not a guy I would make a custom player of. I don't feel like looking up to see if he's real. I know Liam Bowman's fake.
That's a ball.
That is 100% a name I would make up. Liam Bowman. I know the type of the fake names I like using. Ethan. I love the name. Using the name Ethan. Levi, I love that one too. There's a player named Levi Anderson. I don't know what team he plays on in the NBL, but I never thought to check. 1-1. Four-seamer 2-1 the count.
1 strike.
The Oakland Ocean. We need to figure out a way to shut down Vegas. Keep that deficit to 2. So if we change up, it's 2-2. Maybe if they're pitching. I don't know. Another pitch. Strike 3 in the upper inside corner, and there's 2 down. And there's Liam Bowman. He's had a very good day for Vegas. And start off by throwing a 96-mile-an-hour four-seamer for strike 1. Wouldn't be surprised if what he does next is hit a home run. Wouldn't be surprised. Very good slider by Bickford there. As it curved in. That makes it hard to tell exactly where it's going to land. It's going to either screw or swing up and it'll make you foul off a ball, or it'll swing and miss. So then it might make you just not swing at all because you think you're going to, because you think it might be outside the zone. Took a change of foul at 0-2. Because again, in baseball, when you're up at the plate, you don't swing. You only swing at the good pitches. You don't swing at bad pitches, or just unless you have 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. Bowman strikes out swinging. That's a surprise. We head to the 8th. 5-3 Gamblers. And Jacob Webb's going to take the mound for the Las Vegas Gamblers. He's played in 2 games this season so far. The Gamblers just... I gotta go. And... There's a home run of Connor Falefa. So if he or anybody else in this inning gets a home run for Oakland, it's a 1-run game. Fly ball in the left center field, not deep. Running catch. And Jesus tries to make the catch, and there's 1 down. Here's Brent Rucker, the Oakland boy. I'm just going to keep calling him the Oakland boy because he can't get out of the city in this universe. He can't leave Oakland. No, not necessarily that he's trapped, but he didn't decide to go to... He just picked to go to the Oakland Ocean. So just one warming up in the bullpen for the Gamblers. Maybe he comes in, depending on how good Jacob Webb is here. Just 10,665 here. I'm guessing, I would hope it's just how many people are still here, but that's one all the way running catch for Jaron Duran, and there's 2 down. I thought that was going to be a home run for half a second, and realized it was a high enough. I thought it would be a ground. I thought that was going to bounce off the wall, but Jaron Duran got to it. Here's Julio Perez. Bad sweeper, just too low. And it would have been, and it probably moved a little too much. Oh, you got a piece of that. And that will end the inning. Go to Sanchez. Not Sanchez. Go to first in. That ends the inning. And Jesus Sanchez and David Fry are next. We at the bottom of the 8th. Coming in for the Oakland Ocean is James Karinchak. Yeah, I'm gonna call him Karinchak. He's played 1 game so far this season. He'll come in here to face the Las Vegas Gamblers. Jesus Sanchez and David Fry is on deck, and after him will be Michael Conforto.
Ball 1, no strike.
Bad knuckle curve there. Again, with the pitches that drop, you have to count in for the factor in the drop when you're throwing the pitch. When you learn to throw, you have to learn to throw it at higher than like a 4-seam fastball when you're throwing it at the knees, because those pitches that curve, they drop. You have to account for the drop, and if you don't, you're gonna walk a lot of batters. It's kind of just like logic, science of baseball, science of perfect 4-seamer right down Broadway at 96. Strike 1. He's just gotta be careful what pitch he throws because he might walk Sanchez here. Oh, found off a 2-seamer. 3-2 to Sanchez. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Bryce Sanchez hasn't really done more. 3-2. So Sanchez walks. A bad knuckle curve from Karinchak. And here's David Fry with... He got a hit? Yeah, he's 1 for 3. I'm surprised. I'm surprised he hasn't got at least like a double. Ball 1. Sanchez might try and go for second, but we'll see. Nice four-seamer, 97. That's kind of the thing with the fastball. It's either the angle or it's the speed or both. That's kind of usually what makes it hard to hit. There's no time in some. Usually, it's either you're gonna get fooled when it angled up or down. You think it's gonna be in the zone and it's not, and you chase it basically, or it's just so fast you don't have time. There's strike three. David Fry strikes out. He has got a hit tonight, but just one hit. 1 for 4 now. Here's Conforto to the DH. Line out in the second. He's 0 for 3 today. Jack can keep his pitches in check. This shouldn't be too hard of an out. Knuckle curve. Conforto got a piece of it for strike 1. Swung and a miss, a beautiful knuckle curve at 83. Sorry about the coughs. The line foul 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Turn off the fan in my room. No balls, 2 strikes to Conforto here. I'm just trying to get insurance runs. And Conforto strikes out swinging, and there's 2 down. There's Jaron Durant. Bottom of the 8th inning. Three for 4 today, Jaron Durant. He's another one I'm surprised he hasn't hit a home run himself yet. I'll take a 2-seamer. For strike 1. Gamblers. Their lead is slim. Solid knuckle curve for strike 2. You might be able to get Durant here. Especially with that knuckle curve and the pitch. Swinging will be a grounder. And they got it. And the runner at second's out. That ends the inning. We head to the 9th. So they bring in Ryan Walker to hold on to this one. Fields only started 1 game. So we'll see how he does today against the Oakland Ocean in the first game of this series. Here's Carlos Correa. Top of the 9th. So, Oakland, they're not that far from tying this game. We'll see. The fly ball, left field, not deep enough. A running catch for Sanchez. And he makes it. And there's 1 down here in the 9th. And now the fans rise off their feet. Did the crowd just suddenly double? Crowd double. Top of the 9th inning, 1 down. Here's Eric Kramer.
Counts 1-0.
Just a little too much on that movement on that slider. You don't want to move all across home plate. You just need to move across that little strike zone. Barely got the corner on that slider. 1-1, upper outside corner to Kramer. And the 1-1. Pitch.
Ball 2.
It's a bit low, 2-1. Slider is only pitch, because that's all he's been throwing. Literally just sliders. Was I not paying attention?
3 balls, 1 strike.
Is this a Mariano Rivera situation? Because we had a similar thing where we only had 1 pitch. This might be that. And the 3-1. Full count to Kramer, 3-2. Gotta be careful not to get a slight. You just gotta get the movement just right on the slider. We'll walk Kramer. Pop up in the center field. He's under it. Gonna make the catch, and there's 2 down. And the Ocean are down to their final out. Chase Randall, the final hope. for the Oakland Ocean. He did hit a home run in the 7th, so maybe there was some hope for the Ocean, but it's running dry as far as this game goes.
Nope, outside.
Outside for ball 1 to Randall. Here's the 1-0.
That's out.
2-0. Again, the tying run's on deck. Pop up on the infield. Kim makes the catch. Ball game over, and the Gamblers win. The Las Vegas Gamblers win the ball game 5-3 over the Oakland Ocean. And it's the final game of my schedule, so we'll have a new one out soon. Ricky Moments with a win. Ishalfani with a loss, and Ryan Walker getting the save for Vegas. And they take a 1-0 series lead to open this 3-game series against the Oakland Ocean. I'm Thomas Rose, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye. That was much shorter than usual. 77 minutes. That was short. It felt short.